No overstate. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So it all begins with Hamilton Trash over on Reddit. Automatic diamond mining, or automatic mining in general? Well, it's here. Quite notably, but also a little bit low-key at the same time, the Minecraft 1.21 update from this summer added a total of 4 brand new potions to the game. Our first potion, the potion of wind charging. When a mob has this effect and you take it out, it makes it a little gassy at the end. Alternatively, brewed with a slime block, the potion of oozing is a really cool one and kind of useful for slime farming. If you take a mob out that has the oozing effect, 2 medium-sized slime will be dropped into the world every single time. Another effect that happens every single time, that is, as long as the mob has the weaving effect, is cobwebs at the spot that the mob departs. And so, that'll bring us to the odd one out, and the star of the show. Brewed with a block of stone, so this thing is cheaper than cheap itself. The potion of infestation doesn't necessarily only come into play when you take a mob out. The hard cold facts quoted from the Minecraft wiki itself. The infested effect, which is the effect that we get from that new infestation potion, is a status effect that causes silverfish to spawn on an entity that is taking damage. Entity check, infestation check, taking damage. Every single time this mob takes a little bit of damage, get back here, not so fast. Every single time our friend takes a little bit of damage, it has a chance, a small chance, 10%, to spawn 1 or 2 silverfish. Aha, just like that. Oh, the silverfish, one of Minecraft's most despicable, kind of disgusting mob, especially if you know what this thing looks like in real life. But despite all of its nastiness, the silverfish is also one of Minecraft's most interesting mobs, and apparently, one of Minecraft's most useful mobs now too. The silverfish initially hit the craft on September 9th, 2011 in beta 1.8. Now our disgusting bug friend has an interesting characteristic. So this thing, aside from it being a unique model, it actually has some strange behaviors as well. You see, the silverfish is unique in the sense that it can actually go inside of a block. Alas, the infested potion and all of the infested blocks that we have in the game. However, if a silverfish wants to go inside of a block, well, it needs to be one of the blocks that the silverfish can actually infest. So basically, one of these blocks and the stone brick variant right there. That would mean, theoretically, if I had an environment set up like this, maybe all coal ore, and then I had a silverfish inside of it, that silverfish took damage, well, long story short, it will never infest the coal ore. It can't interact with it, it won't break it, it can't do anything. Alright, now hold on to the idea of this disgusting little rat for a second, because let's talk about potions. Potions, oh baby, Minecraft has potions on potions on potions. There are so many of them. One of the most interesting ones here is the poison potion. Alright, so let's say I had a bunch of silverfish down right here, and they all disappeared, meaning they went into a block, they infested it, and whatever. If I had another silverfish nearby that received the poison effect from me, then any silverfish nearby, like close enough, they'll actually break out of that infested block. This is a secret mechanic that has been in the game for like a really long time. And you don't trust a YouTuber? Well, no big deal. How about trusting a random stranger online that you have no clue who it is? Over on the Minecraft wiki, a little bit more information on this whole poison mechanic. That's fascinating. Alright, so our 3 fundamentals that we need today. The infested potion, the silverfish infesting blocks, and potions. What if we say, combined all of that? Huh. If our goal is to design an automatic mining machine, we need to start with the potion of infestation itself. We're gonna need to have a mob that gets infested and then can take damage repeatedly and give us the chance to spawn a silverfish. The problem with using a cow here is the fact that it doesn't have very much health. That's gonna be kind of like the same thing for something like, say, a sheep or a villager. Both great potential candidates, however, these things are gonna routinely take damage from something. Maybe it's me, maybe it's something else, and, you know, eventually, unfortunately, D-life. They don't have very much health after all. So, what if we maybe leveled it up a little bit and put the big guy right here? One of the most healthy mobs, strong mobs of all time. We go ahead and give you infestation. This mob can take a whole lot more damage, and actually, look at that, that was crazy. Yeah, but pretty much, pretty clearly, quickly here, we see the problem with using an iron golem. We're gonna need to have silverfish spawn and, you know, not be unlifed immediately. That guy's a little too strong for all this. Consider the fact that the silverfish has a total of 8 health, not very much at all, then yeah, the iron golem, no bueno. Huh, out of all of the mobs in Minecraft, if only there were a single mob that we could harness that could, say, essentially take damage infinitely. Oh wait, here's the setup here. We have a husk, it's an undead terrifying mob. Then we have a poor armadillo nearby, unsuspecting. Oh, but it's afraid, rightfully so. It's a mummy, a literal embodiment of death. So the armadillo goes in a shell, and when it's shelled up, well, the damage that it takes is essentially nothing. That sounds like the setup. Theoretically, that all means as long as we have something scary nearby to the armadillo and it has the infestation effect, it could essentially infinitely kind of take damage from a weak damage source at least and sort of continuously spawn silverfish. A weak damage source, so it's nothing against me. I've been lifting a little bit, but there should be a better way, right? Spoiler alert, lava? No, it's definitely not it. Who would have suggested lava? I didn't just want to fry an armadillo. No, that lava's too strong. However, pretty similarly to lava, what if we had, say, a campfire and an armadillo? It's inside of the shell, and it's taking damage. But I promise you, I guarantee, it's not taking very much damage at all. Then we can go ahead and combine this with the infestation effect and basically let things happen automatically. Oh, it's beautiful. I wasn't sure if it got it. I didn't know if the motion hit it, but oh, it's beautiful just like that. Little problem, silverfish are kind of getting caught in the campfire, so maybe we go ahead and open the situation up a little bit. Hopefully, they'll just get yeeted right out of the campfire and, looks like we're onto something. And so, at this point, the very final step of the equation, if we can harness the power of silverfish, is really just get ourselves involved, to get a little bit personal with these lads, and poison them. Alright, so the first things first, we're gonna probably want to go where there's stone, but not really stone up on the surface. I mean, we could automatically mine for gold and copper, sure, that's great, but maybe it would be a little bit more beneficial for us to go all the way down to the deepest depths of our world, where the diamonds spawn most common. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you saw in the beginning, but channel members, there is a world download of the final product that we're gonna design out right now. So taking a look at the initial showcase video here on Reddit from Hamilton Trash, it looks like we have a mob scaring armadillos. They seem to be sitting on a campfire of sorts, and then some sort of drop-off sitch is going on nearby that's making the silverfish rain down. Down inside of a pretty deep cave system, let's see if we can go ahead and recreate this machine. So first things first, knowing a little bit about the armadillo, the mechanics and how they work, all we need to have here is an undead mob. A skeleton, a zombie, a drowned, heck, they're all terrifying. If we wanted to make this farm last forever, yeah, no, make the mob fully persistent so we can leave the farm, come back over to it. All we need is the most beautiful name. Now, next up, trying to recreate this exact build. We have two different types of campfires in the game. I think we're going to want to use the normal campfire, the soul campfire. It actually deals a little bit more damage, so we'll get rid of it. Then, it seemed like we had blocks almost like placed all the way around the campfire. We had at least one armadillo sitting on top of that thing, and then some sort of way to force the silverfish out right away. Now, some sort of way to force the silverfish out right away, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I've been studying that video intensely for like a month, maybe more, and I can't figure it out. It seems like maybe we're looking at something like this. We have an armadillo on the campfire, then we have a funnel chute right next to it, and I open it up with an empty block in there missing, and then it's gonna drop all the way down. Now, to stop the silverfish from taking a bunch of fall damage, go ahead and add maybe a sign in there, and then drop some water here. That should be a little buffer to slow them down. Now, all I need to do is infest you with a little bit of infestation, and then give it a second. The armadillo should continue to take damage. And just like that, the silverfish is pushed out. The water slows it down, and then I think it infested a block down there. Sounds like they're taking damage up here, though, so maybe my design has a few small, like, kinks inside of it. Ideally, we don't really want to lose any silverfish up there. We want to maximize it and send them down there. Automatic Mininator V2, the brand new, much improved farm. I have a beautiful design. We're gonna start with a block that will never get infested, and then a campfire. On top of the campfire, temporary block right there, a couple more blocks all around it, you know, something like that. Over here, right near the campfire, like within a couple of blocks, we're gonna set up like basically the same exact thing. We have a block that a mob's gonna stand on, maybe like block solidly, fully all the way around this thing, keep it nice and safe. Mob inside, beautiful name on the mob. Now, next up, it might help to make this a little bit taller, but we need to get armadillo inside of this thing. However, why stop at one armadillo, right? Like, we could go ahead and maybe queue up a couple more armadillo on the same exact block, and because this mob is still really close, it doesn't matter if they're all stacked up. They can all see it, smell it, whatever, and they don't like it. Alright, so then, theoretically, I infest you, and there's a lot in there now, so, oh, baby, there should be even more silverfish spewing out. Yes, just like that, because, you know, like, more mobs taking more damage, higher chance of silverfish spawning. Oh, it's beautiful. Now, last but not least, all I should need to do is infect one of you with poison, maybe a little bit something. Oh, no, not like that, not like that. I didn't even think I poisoned the armadillo. Ethically, not great. You know what they say, third try's the charm, right? First things first, we're gonna find a low cave again. Like we found out in this video right here, some of the best ways to mine diamonds inside of this update, as low as possible. That's always the way to go. Then same setup, we'll have an undead mob and we'll name tag that mob a beautiful name. Next up, somewhere nearby, but definitely floating, we're gonna build essentially the same setup as before. Using blocks that will never get infested, we'll place a campfire sitting on top of it, a couple of blocks sitting around it. Now, I'm gonna try this out in this cave system over here. Very obvious iron ore vein going on right here. Unfortunately, things like granite, tuff, and diorite, those are not going to be infestable blocks, so this should theoretically uncover this entire iron ore vein. That'll be pretty cool to see. But anyways, for now, we need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 23 armadillos sitting on top of this block right here. Gosh, I feel like I just wrote a song or something. All right, now, with not too far off of the ground, the silverfish shouldn't have too much of a problem landing. No, they're not gonna at all. Kind of. Maybe I would want to soften the fall with some water, but either way, silverfish being thrown all over the place is beautiful. With the armadillo out of reach of the poison, I can throw the poison down there now and let the armadillo, let the silverfish go crazy. Go, my friends, mine the blocks, break them. Yes, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Look at what's happening already all over the place over here. Silverfish being rained down slowly. The cave is being mined away. I could poison the silverfish every once in a while. Oh my God, it's so loud. Turn that down a little bit. We kind of get the idea, right? Gonna be a really noisy farm, but oh, wow, it's beautiful. Now, I guess what you would want to do is let this farm run for a little bit of time, create as much silverfish, as many as possible. Then you come back and poison them, and hopefully one big grand slam, you get a bunch of blocks to break just like that. One fell swoop. Oh, automatic mining for diamonds too. It's beautiful. It's one of the most gorgeous things that I've ever found. Can I find any diamonds? I just need like 1, maybe 2. And I don't think, I believe I'm correct on this, not a single armadillo has passed away quite yet either. The armadillo are so resilient and so strong. You're so beautiful. Go ahead, silverfish, do your thing. The silverfish in a 21 by 21 box are going to break the block. So, yeah. It's wonderful. And they kind of have a mind of their own and go pretty far away too, so that's kind of great too. Of course, if you want to fully automate this thing, all you need to do is take a look at potion duration. We would need a simple infested potion circuit that's going to splash 1 potion every 3 minutes on the armadillo. That's easy to do. Now the poison down here, that's going to be, diamonds. The poison down here, that's going to be a little bit more tricky because this needs to be poison coming from us. You might be able to come up with some kind of auto clicker, maybe a little redstone contraption or something, but automatic mining, it's so streamlined, easy, efficient, and I mean, so doable. It's so doable. Automatic mining, what do you think? You building this contraption in your world next? Tell me about it down below or on the subreddit. I hope you enjoyed the slightly different format to today's video. It was really, really fun to make. Let me know if you did by tapping like and subscribe for more cool tricks, contraptions, and updates all the time. Oh, and by the way, welcome to the new series. I'll see you next time.